Tune a radio to 4,625 kilohertz. You'll hear a buzz every 2 seconds, day and night. It's been running since before some of your parents were born. Nobody has ever explained why. This is UVB-76. Radio enthusiasts call it the buzzer. It broadcasts from somewhere near Moscow, and it's been on air since sometime in the late 1970s. For most of its life, it does almost nothing. Just a droning, mechanical hum, repeating endlessly. Then, without warning, it stops, and a voice starts reading numbers. Here's what makes this different from a normal radio glitch. The buzzing isn't random, it's deliberate, precisely timed, a signal engineered to keep running indefinitely without content. Then, occasionally, that pattern breaks. A voice, speaking Russian, reads out call signs, strings of digits, and sometimes single, unrelated words. Words like Neptune, Foxcloak. No obvious connection to each other, no explanation, no confirmation from any government about what any of it means. The Russian government has never officially acknowledged operating the station at all, which means whoever's responsible has stayed silent for close to 50 years. We'll get to the leading theory. It's worse than most people expect. Radio hobbyists have tracked this station since the 1980s. For decades, almost nothing happened. Then patterns started to emerge. Researchers have noticed the station tends to get unusually active during moments of serious global tension. In the days leading up to Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, transmissions picked up noticeably. More recently, in 2025, the station broadcast some of its most frequent and unusual messages on record. A professor of radio engineering at City University of London has said plainly that if the Russian government is behind this, it's almost certainly not for peaceful purposes. This isn't dead Cold War infrastructure, it's active, right now. Here's the theory that keeps this story alive. Some researchers believe the buzzer may be connected to Russia's rumored automated nuclear response system, a so-called dead hand protocol. The idea is unsettling in its simplicity. As long as the signal keeps broadcasting, everything is presumed normal. If it ever goes permanently silent, some theorize that could be read as a sign command authority has collapsed. To be clear, this connection has never been confirmed by any government. But in 2010, the signal actually did stop, briefly, during a transmitter relocation. Nothing catastrophic followed, which either disproves the theory entirely or means whatever this protects against just wasn't triggered that day. There's a more grounded theory, too. If Russia keeps broadcasting continuously, nobody else can legally claim the frequency. Keeping it active, even with meaningless noise, is a way of saying, this channel belongs to us. A far less dramatic answer than a doomsday switch, but it doesn't explain the voice messages. Numbers stations like this one are historically associated with sending coded instructions to intelligence operatives using a method that can't be traced or hacked because there's nothing digital to intercept. Just a number, and someone listening who already has the key. No, not fully and not officially. Some individual code words have surfaced repeatedly enough that hobbyists suspect they follow an internal military naming structure. But no outside researcher has ever produced the actual cipher if one exists. Every theory, nuclear failsafe, military communication, frequency squatting, remains unconfirmed because the one entity that could confirm any of it has never said a single word about the station's existence. Just 50 years of silence wrapped around one continuous, deliberate buzz. Yes, as recently as late 2025, the station was still broadcasting daily and was still occasionally hijacked by unknown outside parties, at one point playing pop songs for hours before returning to its usual signal. Nobody has identified who was responsible for those interruptions either. Layer upon layer of unexplained activity, stacked on top of a signal nobody will confirm the purpose of. Right now, somewhere near Moscow, a transmitter is still running, still buzzing, every 2 seconds, exactly like it has for nearly 50 years. If you tuned in tonight, you'd hear it yourself. And if the voice came on, reading numbers into the static, you'd understand exactly as much as anyone else listening, nothing at all. Most secrets eventually get explained or exposed or forgotten. This one just keeps broadcasting,